What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I am bringing you a truck that I've been waiting for a while to do. This is the brand new 2020 F-250 customized by TCcustoms.com. Before we jump into the video, I've got two PSAs for you. The very first one is that all of these parts are available on our website, TCcustoms.com, or if you want, give us a call, 205-491-0010. We ship to the lower 48 states for free, and in addition to that, we price match. So what do you have to lose if you're in the market for anything like this? The other PSA that I've got for you is we're doing a full-blown giveaway. We are giving away a Black Rhino set of wheels. Huge thanks to them for donating the wheels to give to you guys. But we're also giving away a set of Nitto tires. Huge thanks to Nitto for giving us those set. And then also BDS 2.5-inch leveling kit for the F-150, or if you have a Chevrolet or whatever you have, we'll give you a leveling kit, wheels, and tires shipped anywhere inside of the United States. If you want some more information or want to register for that free giveaway, you don't have to buy anything. Simply click on the link down in the description and that will take you straight there for the free registration. All right, now back to our truck. This particular vehicle is a 2020 model, and that's what's so special, is that I've seen a lot of F-250s that have been lifted, but you don't see a whole lot of 2020 models yet that are lifted because there are some minor changes. So for the 2020 model, you notice there's a different headlight, you've got a different grille, different bumper, but it's some slight stuff on the outside and the way that it looks. But there's also some changes to the suspension. And so BDS has went back to the drawing board completely, and they came up with this suspension lift kit. So this is BDS's 4-inch radius arm lift kit. And so what it comes with is it comes with a new set of coil springs in the front, it comes with new shocks, and it also comes with the radius arm in the back that actually keeps everything in line and actually keeps it to where it's, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, it is an unbelievably smooth ride. In fact, I've driven plenty of F-250s with a long arm kit, and maybe I'm just dreaming this up, but it almost feels like it drives just as good, or if not better, than the long arm kit from BDS on the previous generation, 2019. So as of the time I'm making this video, this is the only lift kit that BDS actually offers for the 2020 Super Duty. So it is a pretty cool setup, and it's the first one we ever did, and I'm telling you, it turned out awesome. Now the nice part about BDS is even with just their 4-inch kit, you can actually fit a set of 37-inch tires. Let's come over here and take a look at these particular tires. So you can actually fit a set of 37 1250 on a 20-inch wheel. Now this is a 20/9, and you have to have a certain offset to make sure that it's going to fit, not running into any issues. But the nice part is this particular setup drives fantastic. 37 1250s. You can go smaller, and I've seen some people go bigger, but you kind of got to get crazy with some of the trimming involved. You notice that there's nothing on the back side of this truck that we've trimmed. The only thing that we really had to trim to make these things fit would be this front valance on the front. So it's really some minor trimming work, and a lot of people I've seen even just remove that valance completely, but it is a cool setup nonetheless. Now the next part I want to talk about is going to be, how do you get into this truck? Because this thing is massive. For those of you guys who have watched our channel for a while, you know the running joke is I like to say that I'm 6'3" quite often, but I am 6'3", and you can see that even with these power deployable running boards, how high up my knee has to go to get in this truck. And the cool part about these power deployable running boards is the boards actually drop down lower than a factory running board from the factory. So it's really nice that you've got that little extra oomph to get in. So if you have a vertically challenged spouse, now they have a chance to actually get in your truck. So that's pretty cool. But the other thing is that when you shut the door, that everything tucks up away, and it makes that truck look even higher up off the ground. It's one of the reasons I love it. And it's very simple and very easy to actually install this because it is a plug-and-play system that it plugs into the OBD port. And so it's pretty cool. Now, one thing that we did realize throughout this build is that the 2020 amp power deployable running steps is a different part number than the 2019 model. But it's like got the same bolt, and everything looks the same, but it's some different brains on the inside of the vehicle, and they want to make sure that it works. So be very cautious that you're not buying a 19 amp power running board for a 2020 truck. You're going to run into some issues. So hopefully that'll help one of you guys out there. But nonetheless, if you want to clean your running board, simply put your foot on the board. It feels a little bit of resistance, and then now you can actually scrub the outside of your running board. When you're ready to put it back up, all you have to do is cycle the doors one more time, and everything is good to go. A very, very good setup with the amp powered deployable running boards. In the rear of the truck, you're gonna notice that the suspension is a block setup. And one of the reasons that I like that is because it does maintain a very nice quality ride. It's not going to stiffen up your springs, it's not gonna soften them up. It keeps a very, very similar to stock ride. And I'll tell you, that's what BDS is known for. They're not known for being the cheapest lift kit. In fact, you can get plenty of lift kits that'll save you a lot of money over BDS, but BDS is, in my opinion, one of the best as far as the ride quality, especially on the F-250. Now, the next thing that we did on this truck is something that we're starting to do on all of our lift trucks, and that is actually including a B&W hitch with every one of the trucks that are built from TCcustoms, meaning that if you buy the truck brand new, we're actually putting that in the package. One of the reasons I like this is the tow and stow, and you've got lots of different options as far as how much you want the hitch to drop down. But what's cool about it is, let's say you've got one hitch for all things. So you pull this pin out, pull this out, and you can now turn it into a step. It's a nice, easy way to get inside the bed of the truck. That's one thing that I would use it for. But the other thing is you have multiple different balls that you can have, so you can pull multiple different trailers with just one setup. Now, the other cool part about that is, have you ever been walking around inside your truck like this and you hit your shin and you about want to lose your religion over it? It hurts. I've done it one time and I'll never do it again. The cool thing about the B&W tow and stow is you pull both of these pins out and you can actually flip the whole setup around, so no more do you have to worry about hitting your shin. And now you've got a nice flat setup and you don't have to worry about hitting your shins. So that's a really, really cool setup. This is an expensive this is an expensive setup for just an actual hitch, but it does work really, really well. Now, the other thing that I like about it is the effort that is involved with actually using your trailer. So if you ever backed up to the trailer, and then before you back up the trailer, you got to crank the trailer up, you got to back the truck up, then you got to crank the trailer back down on top of the ball. Not with this setup. You can drop it down like this, back the truck up to the trailer, and literally slide this thing up into the actual trailer, and there you go. It's actually going to reduce the amount of effort you have to do with cranking the trailer up and down. That's an extra benefit that most people have not considered when they are looking at a B&W tow and stow. Once again, we are a dealer for B&W, so if you have any questions, hit us up, 491-0010, if you have any questions about these particular setups. We also do gooseneck and fifth wheel, the companions. Those are also some really good products they offer. So let's do this. Let's keep moving on to the inside. Josh, I'm gonna open this door and let's talk about the inside of this particular truck. On the inside of this particular Super Duty, it's gonna remain completely stock, but I wanna talk about it nonetheless because there are some customization options that we can help you with. But the first thing you'll notice, this is gonna be based on the Lariat Ultimate Package. So some of the things that come with that, heated and cooled seats. You've got the push button start on the key, which is really, really nice. You can actually just hop in the truck, hit the button, and it's already running for you. You also have the automatic tailgate release. Just by hitting the button here, automatically drops that tailgate open for you. A couple of other things that I particularly like about this setup, you may or may not realize this, most of you guys watching this channel probably do, that none of these Super Duties come with a shifter in the console. Every single one of them is going to be posted up on the steering column. Now, there's a couple of benefits for that. You actually have some storage compartment right here. You can actually pull this open and you can see that underneath it, you even have a spot to put your key. If you're not aware, that actual spot, if the battery inside this key fob ever dies completely, even if you take the battery totally out, you drop that key into this little slot, hit the button, it'll automatically crank. It's sending waves through, or wavelengths or whatever. I sell cars for a living for a reason, but it sends the signal through the key itself, and it can tell if the actual key is in the vehicle, even if there's no physical battery in the key. So that's a pretty cool setup there. On the center console, you'll notice that you have the little hanging tray system, but you actually have a complete hanging file folder system. So if you work out of the truck, you can actually keep your customer files right here. And when you close this, there is a lock right here on the actual lid. So that way you can leave your windows open at the job site and still secure all of your customer files and customer data, or a laptop, whatever you need to, right here. And speaking of laptop, you also have a household outlet plug, which we're trying to get this sign out of the way so you guys can actually see it, but you actually have a household outlet plug located right here, as well as your 12 volt. And then as you can see right here, you've got your dual climate control right here. So a pretty cool setup. Now, a lot of people have asked me, hey Mitchell, what are these different buttons along here at the top? This one is going to be your lane keeping assist button. So the F-250, because it has a hydraulic setup, there is a new setup for the hydraulic, for the lane keeping setup. Basically, the steering wheel will vibrate when you start to leave the lane. This is going to be your hill descent control. So if you're going at a slow speed, I believe under 20 miles an hour, you hit this button and it'll maintain a safe speed while you're going down a very, very steep hill. Traction control, I think everybody knows what the hazard button is, but this is going to be your engine exhaust braking button, where because it's a diesel, you hit that button and it can actually use the resistance from the engine with the engine exhaust braking to slow you down so you're not frying the brakes when you're towing something pretty heavy, which kind of is the reason that you're buying an F-250. So let's do this. Let's hop out and let's take a look at the back seat. In the back of the F-250, this is going to be one of the biggest changes that's happened in the 2017 model and carries all the way into the 2020 model. And that is going to be more legroom in the rear. So as you can see, this has got a very similar or identical cab to the F-150. A lot of people don't realize that, but you also pick up a lot of amenities as far as power outlets. You got a normal USB, a USB Type-C, a 12 volt outlet, and then also a traditional household outlet that duplicates the one that is in the front seat that we just talked about. Now, the other thing that I really like about the back seat of the F-250, and I think the 150 could also benefit from this, is going to be the actual inside. So one thing before I show you that, you do have your traditional center console with cup holders located right here, and you also have cup holders here, and then you also have cup holders located in the door jambs as well, or actually in the door sill. So what I want to show you next is going to be one of my favorite features of this new F-250. Lift up this, and you've got a floor, which is nice because it's a nice load flat floor. But if you are like me and a gun enthusiast or just really need to secure something inside the vehicle, all you have to do is lift this piece up, pull this piece up, and now you have got a very nice completely load flat floor where nobody can even see your stuff that you have in here. And in addition to that, you also have the ability to divide it off in case you need some dividers in here. So if you want to put some small stuff here and some bigger stuff here, but it's got some really nice customization options as far as being able to store some stuff. And then when you close this seat down, there's actually a keyhole inside the seat where you can lock the seat down to where you physically can't get your stuff out of here unless you have the key to the truck. A very cool setup that I think is one of the most underrated features on the F-250. And there you have it. That's our very quick video taking a look at the new 2020 TCcustoms F-250. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't already done so, make sure you register for the free giveaway link down below for a free set of Black Rhino wheels, Nitto tires, and a BDS leveling kit for any vehicle that they make. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to our channel with the bell notification on so you don't miss a single video.